Welcome in my cooking channel, Czech Cookbook. Today we'll be doing some canning. So I'll teach you how to do pickled beets. It's so good because it's a little sour and it's sour and sweet. So we will need 2.5 pounds of beets. I have big ones, I have small ones. I'll recommend to use scale because this way you know how much beets you will need. Then we have 3 cups of water, 2/3 of vinegar, 1.5, this is a white vinegar, not apple cider, just regular white vinegar, 1.5 tablespoon of salt, 1/4 of a cup of sugar, and this recipe will make 4 pint jars. So let's start. First step is to boil these beets to soften them up. You wanna put water so it covers all of the beets and a little bit above them because some water will evaporate. So let's turn on the stove, put some lid on, and we will wait till they start to boil. Next step is to wash these jars. Let's wash it with the soapy water, and we will still have to sterilize these. But let's first wash them. Jars and lids. The beets are boiling now, so as you see, and the water turned beautiful and red. So let's lower the flame, and you wanna boil them for half an hour, so set up the timer for half an hour. We will need to sanitize our jars, and this is a big pot, and I will be canning in this pot. I like to use, that's why I like to use smaller recipes just for 4 pint jars, so I can use this big pot and I don't have to get some bigger one than this. So let's turn on the flame. Let's put the lid on so it's faster. The jars are in with the lids and the rings, and let's wait till it starts to boil. Our water is boiling, so let's lower the flame and set up the timer for 10 minutes. Our beets are done, so let's strain the water. Wow, the color is amazing. And let them cool off a little bit so we are able to peel the skin off. Our beets are cooled off, so we can pick it up. And now you wanna remove the skin and cut these roots away. So let's do this. Our timer is up, 10 minutes of boiling and sterilizing. Let's turn it off and let's keep the jars in the hot water till we are ready to fill them, or just before we are ready. Now it's time to cut our beets for smaller pieces. I like a little, like a long strips. But you can do circles or make it round or slice it as you like. Just like to use the little sticks, or I don't know how you call those. Little strips, yeah. Something like this, it's good. Our beets are sliced, and now it's time to make our pickling juice. Let's turn on the flame. And first we will put 3 cups of water, 2/3 of a cup of white vinegar, 1.5 tablespoon of salt, and last is 1/4 of a cup of sugar. Let's stir this together and bring it to boil. The pickling juice is boiling now, so let's set up the timer for 5 minutes and lower the flame. While it is boiling, let's get our jars out. I have a prepared towel here, so I just put it on a towel. And now also the lids. This is a great tool. You don't have to touch it, and it's easy to get it out. And now we will be filling up our jars with beets. It was perfect for 4-pint jars. And now we can start pouring the juice in. You want to take out the jars right before you start filling it, because you want them to still be hot, because when you put the juice in, so it doesn't burst. So now we will just pour our pickling juice inside. Again, not all the way to the top. Just leave a little space so they're all covered with the juice. I was able to use all the beets and all the juice, which is perfect. And now make sure you don't have dirty tops, which I don't, because I use that great tool. And now let's put our lids on and close it off. If I can screw it tight. Yep. Just slightly pull, not all the way. We will be using same pot where I was sterilizing my jars and lids, but you don't want to have it boiling. So you need to get this temperometer, and you want to have it on 190. So I put it in, and I kind of check to see I come pretty often to check to see if it stays on 190, and I have the stove on number 6 or less, and you just have to see how your stove works, but just make sure it's in 190 Fahrenheit. Now let's put our jars in so they can be sterilized. I'll have to add more water, so there can be an inch above the top of the jar. Make sure you have that special bottom that I have, because this way it will not touch the bottom of the pot with the bottom of the jar. So it looks like I'll have to add more water. And now we want to sterilize it for 30 minutes. I recommend not to use the lid on the top, because this way you can regulate the temperature and make sure it stays on 190, which is perfect. 30 minutes is up, so let's turn it off and take them out. And now we will wait for the lids to seal, and we will hear the pop, which is my favorite part. So I'm waiting for 4 pops. Hopefully they will all seal well. And if not, then you can just put it in a fridge and eat it as a first jar, and that's okay. It will last in the fridge. It will not go bad. So I hope you enjoyed our canning today. I really like this. It's just so delicious. And if you want to know all the exact measurements, you can go to my website, which is www.czechcookbook.com, and under the video